I get the great honor, and I'm not kidding, great honor, of introducing our Attorney General. So I first met Keith Ellison when he first entered Congress, and I met him in California because I was out there working, and I was the vice president of the California Democratic Party's Progressive Caucus, and we heard that this guy back in my home state of Minnesota got elected to Congress, and we wanted to hear from him straight up. So we invited him to come out and present to the Progressive Caucus, of all places in Fresno. California, not even a good ride for him. But anyways, Keith and I go way back. We've known each other for a long time. I'm telling you, I'm so relieved that he is our Attorney General. We are so lucky in this state to have this incredible, incredible man representing us and being our lawyer. And he is a single-payer Medicare for All stalwart. He was the author of the bill back when John Conyers passed away, and it went over to Keith, and he passed it on to Representative Pramila Jayapal. It is my great honor to give you our Attorney General, Keith Ellison.
There you go. Let's hear it for Rose, everybody. Come on now. Rose, thank you for everything. You know, thank you all for coming together, pulling this energy together to talk about and celebrate the 58th birthday of Medicare. It's very important. 1965 was a movement moment. It was, Medicare was not the only thing that happened in 1965. We also passed the Voting Rights Act. We also passed immigration, which said that non-European immigration would be allowed in America. That's right. The world, we opened ourselves to the world. We also, a year before that, we had the 1964 Civil Rights Act. But it was Rachel Carson wrote Silent Spring, and we really began to think much more seriously about protecting our environment. It was a movement moment. It was a moment in our nation's history when people thought, hey, we can do better. And we are in one right now. But let me just tell you about it. 58 years, but let me tell you, it's not a brand new idea for everybody to have health care. Roosevelt conceived of this. Roosevelt thought about it. And the bill that was passed and signed into law by President Johnson in 1965 was not a new idea, but they acted on it and they moved it forward. And I want to tell you that today our state legislature has done some good things. So has our, that's right. How about 50,000 more people getting health care access who didn't have it before because of the Minnesota State Legislature? And we don't say, well, you got to be a citizen to get health care. Well, I can tell you this, sickness does not care about your citizenship status. And so neither do we. We're here to make sure people get health care access. Minnesota did that. I'm proud of that. But also, in 2027, we're going to have a public option, right? That's a good thing. It's not now, but it's coming, and we need to keep working on it. And then the United States Congress, the Inflation Reduction Act, said we're finally going to negotiate drug prices with Medicare. So this is a movement moment. When you're in the moment of the movement, it doesn't feel like enough. When you're in the movement and the movement is happening, it feels like, wow, this is too slow. We didn't get enough done. There's a guy who Ilhan and I served with named Jim Clyburn, and he'll tell you, well, in the 1964 Civil Rights Act, some civil rights advocates were pissed off because the bill didn't have housing and it didn't have voting. Well, we got voting in 65, we got housing in 68. So my message to you today is that we're going to have single-payer health care for everybody. We're going to have health care in the public interest. We will have it if you will continue to fight. It will happen. That day will come. And 58 years from then, we're going to be celebrating its birthday too. But we're going to have to recognize that we are in a pivotal moment. where this mass dissatisfaction that you see is also an opportunity to organize people around common needs. That's the moment we have. And what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to stretch out beyond our comfort zone. We're going to have to invite new people into the movement. I'm so proud to see some of our elected officials who were here, and I'm so glad that, look, Ilhan's not just here to talk and go. She's listening. She's you know what I mean? She's a student of this stuff, right? And that's what true servant leadership is all about. But my point is, we are in that moment, and we have got to organize. There cannot be an election where we're not saying to those people who want our votes, hey, where are you at on single payer? There cannot be an election where we're not asking the critical question, where are you on making these pharmaceutical companies be fair and reasonable and put their prices within reach for people so we can sustain the lives of our loved ones? That's one of the reasons why I left Congress and ran for Attorney General, because it is very important to write good laws. It's also important to enforce them laws. And so I just want to tell you, one of the funnest things I've ever done is be able to fight on this healthcare front. I can tell you it is not bad that there won't be a certain merger going forward. That's about all I want to say about that right now. That's about all I want to say about it right now. But my point is, if what you're trying to do can't withstand some scrutiny, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. But it's not enough just to stop a bad thing. We got to build a good thing. And that's what we got to do. We got to build a good thing. We got to build a healthcare system that is funded through our taxes, that people can use and go to so they can stay well and strong and think about something other than medical debt, right? And that's the world we imagine, and we're not going to stop. And I want to thank you guys for taking this moment. And meetings like this are the things that movements are made of. It's how movements are made. It's how, I want to thank y'all who went to those Fairview, Sanford merger meetings. Who went to one of those meetings? I want to thank you for coming to raise your hand. I want to thank you for giving your viewpoint. I want to thank some of y'all. We got over 6,000 comments from people. You know? And we're about to have some meetings regarding medical debt in connection with another company that, put like that. There's another one coming up. Stay tuned. Will y'all come to it? All right? Because we need the popular support. I don't care. A politician can't do nothing without popular support, right? But we've got to put our energies together, demand better, and recognize success as we had 58 years ago. That was a win, you guys. Celebrate it, embrace it. Medicare was a good thing when we did it, but it ain't good enough now. We got to do way better, and we dream of better, don't we? So bless you all. Thank you. I'll see you soon.